So what's the first thing that we do under our analyze problem? Determine the input and output. So for this here, we'll have our x, which is going to be a double, our t, which is going to be a double, and let's go and call it, let me write this a little bit. Let's call this guy engineering Rx, which is a string, and engineering R T, which is a string. Okay. So this here will go through our two procedures to get these different ones, right? These are our main inputs. All the other inputs are via the radio button and the click button. So we've got the design for the form is already there as far as the layout for the form. I give you a thing. You can change it, but you've got the basic idea of the GUI interface of how it looks. Okay. So the next thing that we do is design, right? And we determine the algorithm. So we have, for the case where it's series, we get RT is equal to RT plus Rx, right? And then parallel, we get RT is equal to RT times Rx over RT plus Rx. So that's our algorithm.
Yeah.
So one of your other projects, you're going to have to basically write a little design report before you do your code, and this is what I'm going to expect you to go through. You're going to read the problem statement for the project, and you're going to do this stuff that we're kind of doing now. Part of the algorithm is to go ahead and take a look at how you're going to break down the program. The way that I like to do is on the very upper scale, I like to use the I can't say that freaking word. Hierarchical. So here's your program. Calculate RT. So over here I can think of load the form, and when I load the form, I'm going to hide the radio buttons, okay? And I'm going to set RT equal to 0. So we're going to, and that's because RT is going to be a class level. We said that RT was a class level variable. Right? So what's the main next other thing that we want to take a look at? Let me see. This guy, usually when I do this guy at this upper, he's usually pretty big. So here I'm going to calculate RT. And then here, I'm going to, whoops, I want 2 more boxes. Display. And And then over here, I have one more request, that's reset. So reset is going to clear the list box. It's going to reset RT back to 0 and anything else that you may need. And it's going to hide the radio buttons. Okay? So that's looking at a thing very, very high level of what. And then I can break this one down to, let's say, first of all here, input engineering RX. So my engineering RX here, I'm going to get it from the drop-down box, right?
Okay.
I'm going to get it from the down box. Then I'm going to validate it. Make sure there's a value there. Make sure that it's not equal to empty. Okay. Then, if it's the first one, show my radio box. My radio buttons.
What, is it not the first one?
After this here, I've clicked, okay? I've clicked the button up here. So that means that next time I'm going to go ahead and want to be able to go ahead and do it. So this here form load will hide them to begin with, but then here, right after, if it's the first one, I'm going to go ahead and show them so that next time they'll be there, okay? I want him to be there the next time that he wants to have a second one. Okay, so here, and then let's say here, I'm gonna get the value here. So I want to get Rx, which is going to be through my function here. I want to be able to get Rx, okay? And then after that, I'm going to calculate. So that's the basic idea of what I want to be able to do. And in this display here, I'm going to have to get the engineering value, okay? Because remember, when I put it in my display here, I wanted to say 2.0 k ohms or whatever. So after I calculate this here, I want to go ahead and grab RT and convert it to an engineering type notation. Okay?
Professor,
Huh?
what is that? Is that current and then quotation marks right there under validate?
Not equal to. Not equal to.
Oh, not equal to, okay.
To empty string.
Okay, thank you.
So I want to make sure that there's a value there. Okay. And then there's really also in here, I need to make sure that that value is okay. If you use something else than one of the prefix, that's the required prefix. If he uses something else, I'm going to have to catch that too. So if he uses R as a prefix, I don't know what R is, so I'm going to have to trap that somehow. Okay. So let's look at this get value here. So this is the start. So now I did the IR type of chart. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a flow chart. Okay? So